Hi, good morning, Solange. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. I just had to check all my camera angles before we showed the fuck up.
And there we go. Internet problems. Let me just close everything.
Oh, you know what?
Is that
You're
better
doing
now?
really well. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah,
Right in the
we're good. The
moment that we
connection's excellent.
starting.
What's that?
Right in the moment we are starting.
Oh,
Same
yes.
time, right?
Yes, I love
Always
it.
same time.
Well, there's so many different things that we do, right? We meet on Mondays and we do like our content creation. We decide like what it is that we're going to do. Then we both get busy producing whatever the content is. And then I'm pretty excited. The thing that I like the best about working with you is that you are task oriented. I'm task oriented. So, hey, Catherine, welcome. I'm task oriented. So
Hi.
sometimes, sometimes it's like, I don't know, I just get overwhelmed with my thoughts. And then you and Ashley jump in, you swoop in and you go like this whole here, you stand me up and you brush me off. And you're like, it's okay. This is the direction. And it's pretty freaking miraculous. It works out really, really good. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for being there and leave us experiment with you.
Right? Right? Oh, hey, Angie, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see your lame. Well, I was looking at the ephemeris this morning. Do you want to look at the ephemeris real fast?
Please, let's do it because I feel like a shit ton of energy around. Can you tell us a little bit what's going on on the
Yes.
planetary
Yes. It's like
system?
Queen Herbie has landed in BDE all the way. Yes. Well, this is divine feminine getting geared up. That's what this feels like. Just to let you know.
I get it.
This
Yes.
this is divine feminine getting geared up to be like, I don't know what you think you're doing in that realm, but it's time to come out.
Right?
Yes, and
Exactly.
we are all about divine feminine energy. All right.
Ah,
So, I was really, I was just kind of curious because a lot of times I just go with the flow because the planets don't move. The planets don't move super fast. So you get a good chunk when you get like one like look at it, and then it's just kind of like, okay, and you're good for like a couple of weeks. There are impactful placements. There's a lot of conjunctions and oppositions, squares and trines, and a lot of different terminology. And what it means is that each planet in position to itself, right? So you not only have the planets in position to your natal chart, that's the snapshot that you take when you lay down, right? When you come into this world. And then you compare that particular snapshot to how the planets are moving. Those are called transits, all right? Right now,
mhm.
we're right? Oh, let's see. What is the oh, I could pull that, but I'm just going to do the ephemeris today. All right. I think the ephemeris would be the best. And we looked at it a little bit earlier. And what I saw is that there's a lot of planets in Mercury, like a lot. I'm not Mercury. There's a lot of planets in Scorpio. And so, because there's a lot of planets in Scorpio, you're going to have a lot of tight, intense, deep, dark. Pluto rules that area. Okay. The death
Mm.
card from tarot is that section. That's why Scorpio is so intense. It's about transformation and it's about the dark and going really deep and finding all kinds of stuff out. Okay. All right. So, welcome to Scorpio season. Anyway, what I have is like on the second, oh, yes. And happy All Saints, All Souls, and Hallows Eve, all of those good things, celebration of the dead. So the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Cancer. All right. So you have double water going on, both in the sunlight. So that's during the day. It's also like in all of your actions, they're still going to be very emotionally based. All right. But your actions are going to have a level of intensity that will command transformation. Whereas your spiritual beliefs, right? So it's not like you're at war with yourself, but it's almost like you are in opposition to who you are. Okay. So Cancer is about
Mm.
home and really and shoring that up, but also see that's what Scorpio energy is like it's about like really shoring all that up. And it's the grown-up version of Cancer. So now you have a double water that you're going into of our ruling planets that are the sun and the moon. We have them in our charts, right? So they're there. And in those planetary alignments, you can go ahead and look and see where your placements are. Whatever your birthday is, that's going to be your sun and then your moon. And you can see how the correlation of these energies will work in water for you, okay? So if you're an earth sign in water, I'm a Capricorn moon. So my Cap moon is going to feel very muddied today. All right. Because the moon's in Cancer. So I'm going to start to think about my belief system. I might challenge it in certain ways. I might start to think, well, I could be a little bit kinder. I could be a little bit. And that was exactly how I started out my day. Like I always do that. It's like, oh, I'm so intense, but whatever. So the Cancer, right? I'm just going to roll right by that. I'm trying. And then here's who else is in Mercury. Here's who else is in Scorpio. Okay. So you have Mercury in Scorpio. All right. At 15. So about halfway through the growing up. Right. So a little bit of maturity, but still a little bit impetuous. Right. And then you have Venus, who is in Virgo. And then you have Mars, who is in Scorpio. And then you have, well, Chiron, who's in Scorpio, or well, it's not Chiron, it's a different asteroid. There's another asteroid in there. And then you have Jupiter, who is in the expansion of Taurus, okay, and also in retrograde. So going backwards over that beautiful juice that it created the first time, right? And then now we're moving into and then you also have Uranus in uh, Taurus, and then you have Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, and then here's the others. You have Uranus. Wait, you have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Now that's just all that is Earth and water energy. So everything is murky. Everything is murky right now. Relax, relax. It'll change. It will change. You just got to give yourself like a little bit of, I would say, a little bit of leeway. You got to be forgiving of yourself. You're going to make choices out of fear. That's what you're doing right now. Everybody's making choices out of fear. We're very fear driven at this particular point in time. We're going to make choices in our life that are reflective of the fear we feel from the outside. All right. And how safe you feel in your home, your country, your job, your life, your relationships, that's all going to come in to like how you feel about that right now. And because it's like water energy, it's all about flow. So your feelings are going to be a heightened sense of intuition, and you're going to ground that in. It's a very direct transfer of energy today. It's going to go right into your solar plexus and into your sacral energies, because that's exactly what it is. It's earth and it's water. And you can't get any better than that. You can't get any more succinct than get off your ass and do something productive. And that's the energy that we're in. What do you think?
It's cutting off a little bit. I
Oh,
couldn't
it
hear
is.
the last part.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Well,
coming
it's
with a little bit of delay. I just
oh,
closed
all right.
everything and I changed the Wi-Fi now, so hopefully it will work a little bit better.
Okay. You are not having any lag time. So maybe I'm having lag time. I'm looking at my speed and everything. No, it looks good. So we'll just keep going. Okay.
Perfect. She
That's
said,
right.
"Get up your ass
That's
and do
right.
something." Yeah, yeah, very Lucinda. Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you. Thank you for that summary.
I love you. Oh, okay.
Great,
And
great.
so you don't have to
That makes
worry,
sense.
Solange. Everybody's hearing you perfectly. Okay. You're good. All right. Yes.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
so since this is the energy, right, that we're coming into, like what are some things that we can give to people that will help them like maneuver with this energy? Because it's better to use the energy that's presented to you and get into that flow state and jump in the way that you want than allow it to guide you without your knowing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So
Yes.
anybody who
So
has go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So
Just
anybody who
finish
has like
your.
earth, anybody who is an earth sign in either their sun or their moon, anybody who's a water sign in either their sun or their moon is going to have a level of intensity in that flow. You're in opposition. See, because Scorpio and earth, Taurus, are in opposition of the wheel, but they also go in tandem around the whole wheel. Okay. So you're going to
Mm,
experience a lot of contrast, but the contrast can be indicators. If you call them indicators, it just shows you which direction. It's like, don't go down this street. And so you go this way and you go, oh, here's the opening. So you go down this way. Look for the places I would say that feel the least resistant, because that is what you're being guided to. Earth is about stability and materialistic shit. Okay. It's about feeling the finite and creating endings. All right. And now you have the water sign that's all about endings. And so whatever you thought that you had tangibly is getting washed away in your spiritual belief system. And so you're looking at your tangibles because you think your tangibles are the answer. And as long as you have, or I get, then you feel comfortable. All right. The idea is to understand that your spiritual nature is asking you to become minimalist in what you need to be you, right? What you need to be you. So energetically, you're shaving down old belief systems that you don't need anymore, that are maybe ground in stone, right? And so now you're thinking to yourself, maybe it'd be a good idea for me to let go of some of those stagnant beliefs that are holding me back. And that's what this is all about. Pluto in Scorpio is just, and Pluto is in an earth sign. It's in Capricorn right now. So whatever your material wealth is right at the moment, Pluto is going through your shit with a fine tooth comb.
mm.
Pluto is just raking and say, oh, wait a minute, I think we missed this. Oh, hold on, look, there's this. What? And then we have, oh, and what's this? And you're like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. So with those kind of energies today, all right, Solange, now I've set you up, right? Okay. So with those kind of energies, what would you suggest for let's do a couple of cards, okay? And then we'll post those
Perfect.
up there. And then I'd also like, because some of them come with journal prompts and mantras, right?
Yes.
Okay, all
All of
right.
them, actually. Mhm.
All of them do? Okay, that's great. That's great. I like that. That's really great. That's great. So maybe we pull
Yes.
three
And
cards. Maybe we pull three cards today. The first card is going to
perfect.
be general. Okay, just a general card for the entire thread. The second one is going to be about relationships. Okay,
Mm.
relationships. All right. Ooh, everybody feeling that one come in. And the third one is going to be about money, because everybody want to know about money. All right. So that's what we'll do.
Everybody
So the
wants
first
money.
one is general. Yes.
Let's do general first. Okay. Second one, relationships.
Correct.
Perfect. And the third one is money.
Uh-huh. Okay. So,
Okay. So this is what I got. For the general one, I got like a flow like water, which is really good because for me, this is talking about like something that we need to let go of. And as you were saying at first, like this, get up your ass and do something. Sometimes in order to do something, we need to let go of something first, right?
oh, yeah.
And what I'm feeling to let go of first is everything around limiting beliefs and all these kind of negative thoughts and unwanted thoughts, right? Because sometimes these are the limiting beliefs are the ones who are not leaving us, or they're not allowing us to manifest what we really want. So if we can be conscious and really have in mind our limiting beliefs in order to manifest something that we really want, I feel like everything will start flowing like water. That's what I'm like really feeling with this card, for the general one, for the collective. And with that limiting belief things, there is like loads of different exercise that we can start doing, like even if it's just write down your limiting beliefs and then read them out loud and then just transform them into positive affirmations would be great. It's just a simple and very, very effective exercise that you can just transform what you are thinking in negative to a positive thing. So you can just start thinking in that way, and maybe you can just leave it on the mirror, or and read them out loud every morning, or just repeat it for yourself every single day. So I feel like this could be a really good exercise to start identifying those limiting beliefs and then start washing them away as the water, right? So
Yes, I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
read the mantra for flow like water, and it
Okay.
says, "I give thanks for the abundant waters of Mama Gaia."
Okay.
Are you writing that
I give
down?
yes, I give thanks for abundant.
For the abundant waters of Mama Gaia. Wow, I love it. Look at the
Okay.
journal prompt. It
Yeah,
says,
this is great.
what beliefs, what
Oh, the
beliefs
journal
and
prompt, hold on.
patterns would you like?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Do you
Joul.
want me to write it down?
Oh, no, I'm doing it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Journal
So it says,
prompt is
what beliefs and patterns
go ahead.
would you
I'm
like to
faster than that.
wash
I just
away?
I have made a mistake, so I had to go back. Normally, I don't make a mistake.
I don't make mistakes.
I do all the fucking time. I know you're laughing because that's true. Okay. What beliefs and patterns?
Would you like to wash away with the help of
Ooh,
the water?
wash away with the water?
Yes, with the help of water. I love it. I think this is super
Yes.
related of what we were saying, and I didn't even read the journal prompt before, so super
I love
accurate
that.
of like with what we were talking about. So then the second card
Well, wait a
is
second, wait a second.
for
Wait,
yes.
wait, wait. Now, okay, so we have, like, the journal prompt and we have, like, the washing away, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm,
So at the
mm-hmm.
end, maybe we'll give them a little ritual to do.
Okay.
Okay? So go ahead.
What
The next is gonna be about
do you want?
relationship.
Yes, perfect. So relationships. We got this one. Clean your space.
Claim your space. Oh,
Clean. Can you see it there? We have a nice question from Vanessa. Look, can we burn it once we write the journal prompt? Yes, why not? I love fire. It always helps to burn all these kind of things and to transform into a different thing. In this case, would be ashes. After the fire,
that's
from the
right.
ashes, right?
That's right. That's right.
So Yes, if it resonates with you, I would recommend to do it. If you resonate with fire, I think it's a great exercise to transform everything, and even like to make it stronger. That exercise. So
So we're
if
at the
you're going,
relationship, and you have
you're at the
claim.
relationship.
Okay, and you have
Clean,
claim your space.
clean the cleaning.
Clean. Ooh,
Mm.
so that feels like water too, huh?
Yes, exactly. To wash
Wow.
away. Yes.
Okay.
And I love it because it's kind of related to what we have in mind. It's also related for me to the limiting beliefs. So if you're having or experiencing limited beliefs around relationships, or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or husband, or whatever, like all your relationships, it might be time to change those beliefs as well, and to clean those beliefs as well, because it's always very, like, it's very hard to focus on something new and something different if you're like,
If there is something different, I understand. She's coming back. So what it is that if you're limiting your beliefs, you're holding somebody hostage in that particular belief, and they have no choice but to behave the way that you tell them to behave in your mind. Okay? So the idea is to allow yourself to understand that they're having an experience. All right? They're having an experience that's being triggered. It's being triggered. So it's a past experience that they are drawing from in the midst of their new experience. You're in the new experience, and you're also being triggered at the same time. So when you're having a conversation and you want to be heard, you have to hear you. And that's the biggest thing that you can do. I love what I did was I started to write down, revisit your beliefs that are looping, right? So if you have some belief systems that are put in place for safety, you'll need to visit those to see whether or not they are still necessary. Sometimes they can be softened, sometimes they need to be changed, and sometimes you don't need them anymore and you need a different set of boundaries. Boundaries are energetic fences that you can build around yourself. All right. But not necessarily rules for others. You don't want to do that because that limits you a whole lot. Okay. So let's see. Revisit your beliefs that are looping and journal. Okay. All right. So I just finished the sentence and then we'll wait for her to come back. She might. She's having electrical storms right now. So she was like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'll be here. Pardon me. I think what I'll do is we were on the relationship. Okay. And I just separated my runes into different aspects because I have 3 sets. And so this last set, okay, since we're in a relationship. Ooh, oh, okay. Let's see. So I'm going to pull a rune. Okay. And we'll do it this way for right now. Hey, Narita. Hi, Vanessa. Okay. Ooh, how cool. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Oh, so this is constraint. So it's not a time to just go off all willy nilly. I don't know if you guys can even see like what it looks like. I don't know if you can see what it looks like on these. It has a straight line and then it goes like this. It's called constraint. Okay. So constraint today. And this is for relationships. All right. So 105. And I liked how she was talking about general relationships. And that's what we really wanted to address. So you're looking at duality. That's what relationships are. And when you're in a relationship with anyone, you're learning behavior and what your level of acceptance is. Are you willing to accept that you can have this interaction with this individual while you're being triggered for all your past traumas? And that's what every fucking relationship is. Are we good to go? That's that's pretty much what you're doing. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm looking for page 105. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So a lot of us are in pain right now. Like a bunch of us are in pain. We're in emotional pain because we are seeing that what we believed was sturdy and stable crumble and fall apart into pieces right around us. Okay. In that aspect, think about relationship now. Okay. So this all has to do with relationship. Okay. The necessity of learning to deal with severe constraint is the lesson of Natis. This rune represents the obstacles we create for ourselves, as well as those we encounter in the world around us. Both can be equally difficult to handle. Remember, Solange was talking about how we might have stagnant beliefs that need to be revisited so that we can maybe make better choices in the future, so we're more connected and we feel heard. And that's really what it comes down to, is understanding the oneness in consciousness where we're shared, right? And really practicing that. And then let's see, the role of Natis is to identify our shadow, our dark or repressed side, places where growth has been stunted, resulting in weaknesses that are often projected onto others. Don't take this world personally. This rune is saying, work with the shadow, examine what is in your nature that attracts hardship or misfortune to your life. When at last you can look upon the rune of constraint and smile, you'll recognize the troubles and denials and setbacks of your life are teachers, guides, and allies. And that's basically what it is. It's almost like turn this frown upside down, which is ridiculous, but that's the suggestion. All right. So that's for relationships today. Okay. I'm not going to put that one all down in there, but what I will do is put all these up there for you. There you go. All right. So with relationships, keep in mind that a relationship is anybody that you interact with outside of yourself, but it's also inside of yourself. So the relationship of self is what you're looking at in all of these cards and all of these practices. You're looking to find ways that you can do things to support yourself and your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, so that way you have everything that you need, because that's what life is about. You're searching for satisfaction in almost everything that you do. So when you start to search for satisfaction, find out why. Why am I looking to be satisfied in this particular circumstance? What do I find unsatisfying? Can I resolve that? Is that coming up for me? Is that a trigger? Do I have to work through it? You know, drive yourself crazy a little bit. Just kidding. Okay. So we did relationship and we also did general, but we haven't done career or money. All right. So I'm pulling out my big guns for that. Ooh, okay. I'm going to do my ancient ones. That feels good. Black is for career. So let's see. You guys ready? You guys understand what I mean by looping? Like what looping sounds like? If you have a thought that goes repeated in your head, you're the only one hearing it. And if that thought isn't beneficial to you, if it's negative about somebody else, your body doesn't know any different. It doesn't know any different. And your body will take on that vibration that you're trying to project onto somebody else. That's what people are talking about, the poison, right? You're drinking the poison, you're hoping somebody else is dying, whatever. Mostly what it is that you need to refocus and find out who you are in the situation. And that gives you what it is that you need. 2 runes came out. So I'm just going to shake them and see what lands. Ooh, oh my. Those were rose quartz, and these are hematite. Okay. So this is more grounding. This is going to be like how you have your personal experience. Oh, how fun. Remember, we were talking about money. Okay. So the first one is about possessions. That's one of the runes. And that one is going to be, let's see, her name is Fehu. And then the other one is flow. Oh, remember we got divine flow at the very beginning, and now we got flow here again. Okay. Flow is Laguz. Okay. So that's how they came out. So we'll read them in that order. Let's see. Oh. Do you guys like the runes? I love runes. I've been reading runes since I was 15 or 16, like 15. Yeah. When, what's it called? The Crystal Cave used to be over at the Town and Country Mall in Orange. Now it's over in Costa Mesa, and the sisters have sold it, but that's where I used to go with my sister, and that's where we would pick up all of our supplies. Okay. Possessions, nourishment, cattle. Okay, so keep in mind that when you're manifesting, all right, your vehicle that you're trying to land this manifestation to, all right, needs to be tuned up. All right. It needs to feel like it's ready. So, in preparation of whatever your intention is to receive, okay? If your intention is to receive more money, right? Then you start practicing ways to make you feel the way that you know you're going to feel when you receive your version of more money, okay? Sometimes we might find $1 on the street and we're like, that's not more money. Sure, the fuck it is. So, what you do is you do a gratitude list. A gratitude list every day will work. You could do 10 items that you're grateful for. All right. And you could just send that to the universe. Yes, you could burn that one too. Okay. But that's a good way to get into that understanding. All right. Fehu is a rune of fulfillment, ambitions satisfied, love shared, rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly to the sacred and the divine. For if the ancient principle, as above, so below, holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of a will. Oh, let's let that one hit for a second, okay? I want to explain maybe a little bit to you. I'm going to take an opportunity because that word will came up, and that's very it's very succinct with who you are, okay? All right. I was watching something that caused me to think about will and how we act. All right. And when we have an action, we go into our willingness as to how we're going to bring it about. All right. Children are always in their will. We are always in our will. So, what you're doing is you're bringing your inner child out, the one that is probably stands up for you and speaks up and says things, right? So you're probably bringing your inner child out and you're conversing with this. I don't know if I can afford it. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Should I get that? Should I have this? And the 2-year-old or the 6-year-old or the 8-year-old is like, get it, because they already know it's already going to work out. It's worked out this far. All right. That particular belief that you're struggling with is abandonment. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it because it feels so sideways to it. We all have abandonment. We all have it in our makeup. And the reason that we have it is because we come into this world and we don't really know exactly what to do. And then we're taught, and then we find that those teachings maybe don't satisfy us the way that we're living currently. And that's because we are forever evolving, forever evolving. So now we're infinite beings having a physical finite experience, looking for endings in an oxymoronic way repeatedly, repeatedly. And our willingness, right? How many tantrums do you throw in your head a day? You're having conversations. You're having conversations. You're like, I'm gonna, okay? The conversations that you have in your head are you. That's you. And that is maybe some spirit guidance, shared energy, other beings. Yet ultimately, the soul is the seat of the body. You make the choice, you take the action, and that's the experience that you have. So, all of these limits that you put in front of yourself, that I can't have that, or I shouldn't have that, or that may not be the right way to go, really ask yourself what your alignment is. Why is it coming up for me like that? I want $1,000,000. Oh, I don't know if I'll win the lotto. Okay, those are two different sentences, but you have equated them together because that's the way that you believe that you can earn the money. It doesn't matter. You don't have to figure it out. That's the best part. You just ask, and then you start to prepare your space, the road, the way that you would like it. You take an indicated step, like, I want $1,000,000. What's one way that you can get $1,000,000? You could go to work. All right. You could look on the ground for money. You could buy a lotto ticket. You could help someone out and they could give you money. There's so many different ways for that money to come to you. So many unlimited ways that it could come to you. Your experience so far hasn't let you have it. So you're struggling with this sense of lack because of what you've asked for. The reason you struggle with that sense is because something inside of you is saying, I don't know if I'm good enough to receive that. I don't know if I'm worthy enough to receive that. I haven't had any indication. There's no evidence in my life that tells me that I can receive that now. You're just saying that if I change my story and I start talking nice about myself, okay, that maybe things can work out. And mostly what it is exactly that. Yeah, do that. Okay. All right. So right now, Fehu is asking you to really go inside and look to see what's most important to you as far as abundance. What does abundance and wealth represent to you? What does prosperity feel like to you? When you drop in and you pull out the emotion or the feeling that you wish to experience and what it is that you're manifesting, that is what gives you the best ride. Then you go ahead and you put a basket over here and you say, oh yeah, it can come over here. It can come over here. Oh, that's kind of cool. And yeah, sure, I can receive it like that. Then when it starts to come in, right, it makes it easier for you because now you have several streams of understanding to where the information, because it's energetic before it gets here. It's energetic before it gets here. It does not exist to you until it becomes part of your experience. It's out here. You know that there's $1 million hard. You know there is. You know there's cash. You know there is. You know, hard. You got it. Yet it's still not tangible until it comes into your experience. Even though you're manifesting it and you know it's available and you know it's all out there. All right. So the easier, softer way to be able to bring something about is to imagine what you would feel like were you to have that freedom that you're looking for, currency. Okay. And you know, well, what would I do with the money? That's the first thing that we ask ourselves. All right. Ask yourself, how would I feel? That is the better question. How would I feel when I receive this? And that's how you move from the lack filled initiate intention to where you're like, oh, I'm not experiencing this. I would like to experience something else. That's how you shift. You're like, oh, okay, so I'm satisfied with where I'm at. And you come center, and then you go into allowing, right? You allow yourself to have made all the right decisions in whatever that circumstance was, and everything is okay, and it brought you to here. And then you move into choice. You can see how your energy is landing right now. And that's what you want to do. You're bringing your energy back from all those places, people, and things that you have invested in. And that's fine. Now you're centered, you clear, and now you decide, ooh, I think that I would feel joy. All right. I would feel joy. I would feel ease. I would feel so much gratitude, right? Yeah, gratitude's a good one. So there you go. So now you guys are in your head and in your heart. You've connected physically. The physio of the equation is that you took your head brain and your heart brain and you connected them through a powerful feeling and thought combination. Now, all of your trillions of cells are showing up. And you can deepen that thought and you can say, yes, I'm really grateful. And you can bring it into appreciation, which is like a right now feeling. What do you appreciate? I appreciate that I have the ability to ask, right? I have the ability to ask. You've grown so much. You have the ability to ask, and you're asking for yourself. And in the way that you're asking for the masses. Give yourself a lot of credit. You've done a lot of hard work. You've dove deep into find out who you are. You're never going to get done. And that's beautiful. That means that you are the beautification of you unfolding 100% of the time while you're here. And that's great. Okay. Another concern of Fehu is to conserve what has already been gained. So maybe like the Four of Pentacles. All right. So people read it differently. I have a friend who reads it that, oh, this means don't hold on too tight, go and spend some money so that way you know that being frugal is good, but you also are not going to live in lack. Got it? So Dollar Tree, things like that, buy 1 or 2 items to make yourself like whatever the therapy is, the retail therapy, if that's what you would like. Make sure they're meaningful items, right? And if you're buying something, make sure that it's in alignment with what it is that you asked for. Okay? Look at your actions around your ask. What are you doing to support your ask? These are things that you really need to understand and practice. Really be mindful of where you're at when you do an ask like this. Okay. All right. The rune urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, for it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand or behave recklessly on the other. Enjoy good fortune and remember to share it, for the mark of the well-nourished self is the ability and willingness to nourish others. And you guys are doing that. You're crushing it. All right. So that was the first one, and that one's going to be Fehu. All right. You can see that one. That one's not too bad. Woo, yay. All right. And then we're going to do Laguz. Laguz is another one. This is flow. This brings us right back to Solange's reading. Okay. Solange is here. I love you, Solange. Hi, Solange. Hey, Solange, you want to go ahead and pull the cards anyway and then type in the rest of the message so that way we have it. You could see that I left off at relationship, clean your space. Okay. And then after that, you could, if you want, you could put in the money one. All right. So that we have a complete set, if you don't mind, if it's all right. Okay. If you're able to. Okay. So this one is Laguz. This one represents flow. All right. So this is, oops, this is all about flow. Maybe right there. That might be it. It looks like a number 1 without a bottom. And all of these have come out in the upright position. So that's usually a good sign. I say usually because, you never know. It's how you take it, right? Okay. Let's see. Flow, water, that which conducts. Okay, so now you understand that you're being asked to put in minimal effort. Keep that in mind. That was just exactly what Fehu was telling you. Be mindful, and then that way you don't have to work so hard. Look to see what you have, capitalize on already the flow you're in, and then be able to sandwich in some other things. And that's how you do flow. Okay. All right. Unseen powers are active here, powers that nourish, shape, and construct. The attributes of this rune are water, fluidity, the ebb and flow of emotions, careers, and relationships. Couldn't get any more perfect, right? Laguz encourages you to immerse yourself in the experience of living without having to evaluate or understand, enjoying the moment. That's when you find true joy and appreciation. And that's what it is that you're really looking for. Joy, appreciation, satisfaction. We're always looking for an emotion, a feeling to attach to our experience and our thoughts. And we're constantly looking for this connection. And it's heart, brain, math. That's what it is. That's it. Heart, brain, math. All right. So find it first and then start asking for the experiences. And that's how you bring it in. Okay. All right. For while the sun strives for differentiation, the moon draws us toward union and merging. So the sun is in water and the moon is in water. So here we are in flow. All right. This rune often signals a time for cleansing. Yeah. Oh, we are so on point today. For revaluing, reorganizing, realigning, a rune of deep knowing. It may call you to study spiritual matters in readiness for self transformation. Success now lies in contacting your intuitive wisdom and attuning to your own rhythms. A rune of the self relating rightly to the self. So, what do you want? What matters most to you? What do you believe you could, what situation, what experience do you believe you could be happy in? That's a good way to start. What situation do you believe you could be happy in? All right. Look at that first. All right. A rune of the self relating rightly to the self. Lagu signifies what alchemists call the conjunctio or sacred marriage. In fairy tales, it is the end where the hero and heroine live happily ever after. Oh my God. You mean I'm really going to get that white picket fence? No, no. Okay. So those are our 2 runes for today. And I'll contact Solange. She went through a little bit of a storm. They're probably still having storm. She said it was raining pretty bad there. And I just love you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you guys have the best day ever. And peace, love, and happiness.